Before the men and women of Recruit Class 21 can graduate and be assigned to a fire station, they must undergo 6 months of training, both in the classroom and with field exercises. They start most mornings like this, doing physical training, or PT, for about an hour, and then moving on to an area such as this week's subject, hazardous material, or hazmat training.
All right, so hazardous material. Essentially, it's any material that can jump out of its container and hurt me or hurt the environment. Fair enough? So a lot of times we refer to it more as like letting the genie out of the bottle. Okay, so hazardous material doesn't necessarily mean it has to be something that is a flammable, it doesn't have to be combustible, it doesn't have to be toxic. It can be any material that once it's out of its container, it can do harm to me or the environment.
Recruits had several days of classroom instruction before they spent any time in an actual hazmat suit.
The importance of what we do at the technician or specialist level has to be about their skill practice. And a lot of that, some of this is really going to frustrate you guys because it's going to seem straightforward, but it's not going to be straightforward. Okay, you're going to struggle with some of this stuff. As I mentioned in the class, a lot of what we do downrange in a suit at times is very physically demanding. So some of the skill stations are set up to do just that. We do a lot of repetitive motions when we're in the suit. Some of the skill stations are going to have you doing that. Okay? So essentially we're going to have 2 groups of 6 getting dressed. Okay? The 2 other groups will be assisting them getting their PPE on, SCBA, boots, all that stuff. You'll be responsible for taping them. Good to go? Yes, sir.
The recruits are learning to seal their suits with duct tape, meticulously inspecting parts of the suit that leave them vulnerable. They're taught to be precise, but also swift, because the firefighter in the suit will have to rely on a tank with a limited supply of air to breathe safely. After they've donned this basic level of hazmat suit, recruits are tasked with drawing a detailed picture to mimic drawing a field report as they would in a live situation. Their next few challenges are aimed at acclimating recruits to physical activity and dexterity in the suits. Here they've been directed to play a simple game of catch with a tennis ball, which is made considerably more difficult with a mask and several layers of gloves.